Today I want to introduce to you the tension headache kit, and it's going to come with the face blaster, which is a small claw tool for the surface tissue. It comes with the blaster oil to use while blasting, and it's enhanced with thermogenics to really help get the blood flowing and get the inflammation down. And then we're going to have the mini tube, not only for the big claws, but also for these nugget tips, which are going to be super helpful. And then I have a specially designed cryo pack for cold therapy of the jaw and head. Yes, I went there. So something super important to understand about fascia is that the fascia of the head, which is what we want to impact here, is connected very intricately to the fascia of the arm lines. We're going to start with our blaster oil on the arm lines. So just roll it on, and then you're going to start with your face blaster. And I want you to start on your hand, just like this, light and brisk, straddling every single finger. So you're gonna do this for about 2 minutes, then you're gonna flip over and do this side of the hands. Trust me, you guys, the hands are so connected to the brain. And you wanna do this with your arm relaxed on something. So I'm setting it on a table, you can set it in your lap, however you wanna do it. And then we're gonna move on to the forearms. And again, we're just keeping it light and brisk because this mini claw, small claw tool, the face blaster, is to get the tissue warmed up. So you're basically gonna do this until it starts to turn red. Then you're gonna flip it over. We're gonna be very thorough. Make sure you have lots of oil. That sliding component of the fascia blaster is extremely important. You can even see on me that I'm going from white to pink. And so that's telling us that we are starting to get some blood flowing through, which is super, super important when it comes to those tension headaches or migraines, or anytime we feel like our brain is being choked out, it is related to the fascia. And then we're gonna move up to the upper arm, and just everything is, when in doubt, blast it out. This is like a 360 of the arm. And then one thing I want you to keep in mind is that when you're blasting this arm, I want you to be aware of this shoulder and not letting it get like this, because this can actually cause a tension headache. So make sure you have good posture, shoulders back and relaxed, and this is just really easy and super intuitive to do. So then we're gonna continue on to the chest lines, and we're gonna be blasting all across the chest, light and brisk, up into the neck, which is so super important. And then we move across to the other side. And then you're gonna repeat the face blaster on the hand, the forearm, and the shoulder of the other arm. So we're going all the way across with the face blaster and the blaster oil. Once you have done all the way across the arm, all through the neck, the jaw, and across to the other side and the other hand, 360, you're then gonna take out your mini tube, and we're gonna go repeat that process, just much deeper. So you can use the mini tube right on the hand, digging in the wrist. And I really love the fact that like we're doing more intensive therapy with a deeper claw. And I know if you have a tension headache, you cannot imagine using this on your head. And that's why we're starting with the arms, okay? Because we're gonna be loosening the tissue at a distal point, but to actually do it for the proximal area, which is the brain. We're trying to loosen brain fascia. All right, you can see that I'm going much harder. I'm getting down into the muscle tissue, and I'm just gonna come across. Again, it's your entire arm, 360. It's the neck, it's the jaw, and then we're gonna repeat that all the way down the other side. Now, by this point, if you're doing this for about 10 to 15 minutes, this part of it, you may find that the tension headache has already gone away, in which case you don't have to proceed to the rest of the steps. But if you're still feeling it and you really wanna get there, or you wanna do this as part of your normal routine to prevent these things, then you'll wanna incorporate the last 2 steps. Now I'm gonna show you how to use the nugget tip, and I'm telling you this is gonna end up being like your magician, okay? So you're gonna start at the hand, and we're just gonna go looking for trigger points. What we're looking for is when you push with the nugget tip nice and deep, and you start to wiggle it. This is the poke and wiggle technique. We're looking to see if this shoots up the arm, and believe it or not, you guys, sometimes going on this like seek and destroy mission, you're gonna find that something in your hand or your wrist or your forearm actually shoots up into your head where you're actually having the tension headache. So I want you to really use the poke and wiggle technique all around your hand, all up the forearm, into your deltoid or your bicep. I really do prefer that the tissue is nice and relaxed. And I'm just searching for things. You'll know because when you hit it, it's gonna give you what I call a zinger. It's like zzz, up to the head, okay? Then we're gonna come on across, and I can tell you some of the best places to really go searching for where the head is aching is in the neck. And so you're just gonna use the poke and wiggle technique on the neck. That one right there literally shoots up to my left eye. So when you find a really good spot like that, you just keep doing a slow wiggle and try to loosen the fascia so that it will release the stronghold on your brain. And we're gonna repeat this literally all down the whole other side and see if we can't get all of that open with the nugget tip. What you're gonna need for this last step is your scissors and a gallon plastic bag, and you're just gonna use it and open one side of it like this. Super easy. So you put it over your head and you wanna hold it tight like this, okay? So you wanna have oil. It doesn't matter if it's ours, this could be hair conditioner because it's not actually touching the skin. And then again, I know when someone has a tension headache, the last thing they wanna do is touch their head, but I promise you, this is gonna feel amazing. You just start super light, and we're gonna start to get some blood flowing into the head. And you wanna come all the way like down onto the forehead and all around. We have this thing called the Galeb aponeurotica, which is the fascia of the scalp. And so even sometimes people skip all the other steps and do this. I'm not advising it, I'm just saying in a pinch, you can do it like this. Using the plastic bag, it feels like you're using it on the skin. That's why I decided to do it this way. We used to put the FasciaBlaster in something, but I prefer it this way. All right, next, we're gonna go deeper if you can tolerate it. So if your head is still hurting, just stay with the small claw. Keep going, keep revisiting your trigger points, but if you can stand it, we're gonna move to the mini 2, and we're really gonna get into the head. On the head, we also can use the nugget tips, and you can do the same system, the poke and wiggle, and you can do it in like little rows all down the head, all the way back, all the way across, all the way like that. And we can use the nugget tips anywhere that we're actually feeling the headache. And sometimes if you find a really good spot, you can just hold it, breathe through it, and when you're done, you cap it off. The cryo pack is the nightcap for this system. So these have 2 little pouches, you guys, that you are gonna put in your freezer, and then you insert them into this. And depending on where you're experiencing the headache, you simply put it around your jaw like this, or if it's hurting in the front, you can wrap it around your head like this. You can even put it around the base of your neck like this. It's really designed to give you cold therapy wherever you feel that you need it.